Tanya Harry. I'm the Executive Director of CASA of Deep East, Texas. I've worked in the child welfare system for 18 years, and today I am here with two siblings that both spent time in foster care during their youth. And I just wanted to talk to them and ask them some questions about their time in foster care. Neither had a CASA while they were in foster care. So I'm here today with Brittany and Justin. We're going to ask them some questions. How old were y'all when you came into foster care?
I was 15 when I first came into foster care.
It was about 4 to 5 for me.
Okay. And how long did you stay in foster care, Justin?
I was 17 whenever I emancipated myself.
Okay. And Brittany, what about you?
I stayed in care until I was 21.
Okay.
And aged out.
Okay. And do you remember how many placements roughly that you had when you were in foster care? Or how many times you were moved?
I was placed in 7 different placements.
7?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was 15 for me.
Okay. So you came into contact with a lot of people?
Yeah, most
Okay.
definitely.
Both of you were in foster care in Nacogdoches County, or from Nacogdoches County, before CASA came into existence. So neither one of you had the benefit of a CASA while you were in foster care. And since you didn't have a CASA at that time and you did move around a lot, do you feel like that you made connections with any one person that lasted beyond your time in foster care?
I feel like I did make connections with quite a few people. They were never consistent. Mainly it was just educators that really just, spent a little bit more time on me and gave me a little direction through that.
Okay. What about you, Justin?
It was kind of hard for me. We got bounced around a lot, so never really made no connections. Not too much.
And now that you're both familiar with the CASA program, Brittany, you work here, and Justin, you want to be a mentor for our adolescent youth. And how do you feel, or do you feel that you would have benefited from having a CASA while you were in the foster care system?
I certainly feel like I would have benefited to have had someone there so consistent, to have given me a little bit more direction as far as like making decisions that would have benefited my future.
What about you, Justin?
I feel about the same. I mean, if we would have had, somebody that was there to talk to throughout the whole time instead of, changing CPS work or changing facilities, I think it would have been a lot better on us.
What was the farthest you were ever placed away from Nacogdoches that you remember?
Orange, Texas. I was at Marlinda's Children Ranch, and that was the furthest place I've ever been.
Okay. What about you, Brittany?
Hudson. So I stayed in East Texas.
That's good. That doesn't always happen.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate the contributions that you're making to CASA now and what you learned throughout foster care and how you want to make a difference for children now that are in the foster care system. And with you being a mentor for our adolescent males that are in foster care, I think it's really great that you have been able to take what you've learned, and both of you grew up to be successful adults. You have families of your own, and that you want to give back to the community. And I appreciate that in both of you.
I'm glad to be here. I really appreciate the opportunity to be a part of CASA. It's something that I've always known was out there, and it's just a wonderful opportunity. Glad to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The point of doing this interview today was to talk about how many people that children see when they come into foster care. Each child, when they start out with an investigation worker. And if they're placed into foster care, they switch to another caseworker. They may have multiple placements when they are in foster care, and so they just come into contact with lots and lots of people, and it's difficult for them to make a connection. If a child is placed farther away out of their region, Texas is divided into regions for the foster care system. And so we are in Region 5, and if a child is placed outside of Region 5, then another caseworker is the one required to see the child on a monthly basis. A CASA volunteer comes in, they give their time, they volunteer their time, and they are to be the one constant for a child and to devote themselves to the case until it's over. And so I want to talk to people about considering becoming a CASA volunteer and to think about whether or not they could give of their time and to be that one constant for a child throughout their journey in the foster care system. Thank you.